Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are looking at an axolotl. I have one and I just want to tell you a couple fun facts or how-tos to take care of one. Alright, so first, the tank has to be in the mid-60s or colder. 65 is usually the sweet spot, and that's Fahrenheit. Right now it is at 60, can't read backwards, 62.6. And the room temperature is 61. I try to keep the room colder than the tank, and it's much easier in the winter. I have the tank in the coldest room in my house, just to help it keep cooler, and in the summer we get really warm, and I don't have an air conditioner, central air, in my house, so I gotta use a box air conditioner, and I keep it in this window so it keeps the tank colder. It's still hard in the middle of the summer, but I do the best I can. So let's get to it. So I put pieces of plywood on the tank so the cats don't get in it. So I don't have a gravel vacuum, so to clean the bottom of my tank I use an old turkey baster. It works and it's kind of hilarious, but I gotta spot clean the bottom. And in the bottom of your axolotl tank, you either have to have a bare bottom or really fine sand, because axolotls will eat anything that is smaller than their mouth, and if they get the rocks stuck in them, you guys take them to the vet or they die, and nobody wants a dead animal. Okay, so I'm done spot cleaning the tank, and I'm getting this water ready for a water change. I have a giant bucket full of water. I have a bucket full of water. Hold on, I'll show you. That I conditioned using Prime. It is a standard. You just follow the instructions on the back. It does the job. And in the water, I'm putting giant ice cubes in it to cool it down, because you need to make sure the water is cold, like I said before. Okay, so now I have 4 big bricks of ice in the water to help it down. You see there. So now we're gonna go take out a bunch of water out of the fish tank and put the new water in. Okay, so before, okay, don't mind the dirty top of the tank, it happens. Like when you're dealing with worms, it happens. So, with the filter, I have a regular pump. It has a light, but I bury it. Axolotls do not like light. Like, the light with this camera is probably stressing him out like crazy. Regular pump here, water goes in here, through this tube, in through here. And there is sponges that I gotta clean in here. The water filters that, and just regular, just stuff to help filter it. Through all of these, and I have plants. Okay, so the thing behind the plants is it helps keep the nitrates and nitrites down in the tank, because it has to be at a certain number. Can't remember the number right now, but it has to be at a certain number. That's why there's plants. It helps keep the water stable. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward pump. Water goes in, filters through the stuff, and water goes out. It's pretty straightforward. So now we're going to take some of the water out. I'm going to put you down. No, Mama, dirty one. Here, look at the axolotl. I took out a bunch of the water, and that's what it looks like. I usually keep the water and use it to water the front garden, but we are in the middle of winter, so I just gotta dump it. It sucks, but because it's pretty good fertilizer for the plants outside, but there is no plants outside, and I already watered the greenhouses, so yeah. Okay, so now that we have a bunch of the water out, we have to put more water in. So remember, water has to be at around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's why I put ice in the bucket. So I'm gonna grab the ice. Really hard to do it in the hand. Stick it on the filter. And I do it that way so it's not direct cold into whatever temperature this water is, which is 62. It's fine with it being a little bit colder. It's not going to hurt anybody. It's all good. And with putting the water into the filter, it'll help filter out anything else that's still in it, going through that. It's cool. Literally. Alright, I'll be right back. So, you remember how I said that the fish tank was at 62 degrees Fahrenheit? Well, just adding that really cold water with the ice in it, it has gone down drastically. 60. So, the colder your water is, the happier the axolotl. Yeah, well, he's not really doing anything right now. Oh well. Okay, so I'm gonna feed him. Yeah. Wondering what Canadian night crawlers look like? Here you are. I just got these at Cabela's. That's the regular old bait shop, hunting supply store. It's like SIR in the States or something like that. So, 24 night crawlers for under $10. It's super cost efficient. And this is like 1 to 2 days worth of food. There's one worm right here. Stick it in there. If you're squeamish, you won't like this. If you're not, you'll be fine. Okay, so I have to break up this nightcrawler into a couple smaller pieces because it's too big. Try to keep it around the size of his mouth. And keep in mind, I did Google it. I know it doesn't look good, but worms can't feel pain. I looked it up. I used to just do this with scissors, but I do it with my hands now. Alright. So 3 pieces, much smaller. And time to feed him. Alright, let's see what he's hungry. Okay. Alright, so that's care and feeding of your axolotl. If you have any questions or inquiries, just put them in the comments and I'll try to answer them as best as I can.